Hi, everyone, and welcome to my live. Thank you for being here. My name is Marilyn. Happy Monday, by the way, depending on where you live. And as I've always shared, that I want to share my journey with my learning all things crafting. I'm looking straight at the camera instead of up here. Okay. So basically, I just wanted to say I want to share my journey as I learn all type of crafting, and one of my goals is to learn embroidery. So I thought maybe I would just bring my embroidery to live stream. So today, out. By the way, I have a PE800 Brother embroidery machine. So today, my goal is to just take time and learn the machine parts. I'm going to take it in steps. So I thought maybe I would bring you all along with my journey, and possibly some may want to come and we can all just learn together. So without further ado, I'm going to remove myself from the stage and bring up my embroidery machine, and we can kind of just go over the parts and what their functionalities are. So hold one moment. Okay, so here's my brother. Please let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. So this is my brother machine, and there's so much to learn. I tell you, I cannot wait. But like everything else, it takes it's baby steps. You must give yourself time to learn. Okay, so this here, the parts I'm going to go over first. This is the front. This is considered the front view of my this is the front view of my embroidery machine. So I'm just gonna just slowly take my little pointer here and just kind of go over some of the basics. Like with everything, you have to take the baby steps and you must start from the beginning. Great. Thank you. I'm glad to know that you can hear me. Okay. So this here, where it says brother, this here is my top cover. This here, I'm gonna open it up. This is the top cover. And this is where I will place my spool of thread. This all this area, if you can see up in here. Okay, and this is number one. This is the top cover. Number two. Oh, actually, I want to show you something before I go over the next part. I'm going to move in closely just to show you that um, throughout the machines they are numbered, so which will become very helpful. So quickly, I'm going to kind of come up here, and I was just about to tell you about number two. If you can see that right there, right here. Okay, and that's the this here is the thread guide plate, and we'll pass thread around the thread guide plate. Okay, so anyway, I just want to kind of share this with you here. If you can kind of look at all of that. Hopefully I'm moving kind of slowly, and that's throughout the whole machine. I think this is so great. You can look down here. There's a number three. Even on the sides, you have on the sides there. But I just wanted to quickly just share that with you. Okay, let's get back in position. Now, number three here, if you can see there, this here, and there's the number three. It has a little grid there, a little sign to kind of help you. This is called the bobbin winding thread guide. And like I said, I'm just reading the notes and I'm learning myself. I'm just trying to familiarize myself, because the more you understand your machine, I feel like the more successful one will become. Again, this is the bobbin winding thread guide and pretension disc. So when we're threading, this is a threading guide. And so when we're threading what is, hold on, let me look at my notes again. Okay, we're going to pass the thread under the thread guide and around the pretension disc when winding the bobbin thread. Okay, so we're gonna do that, but I'm not at that step yet. First is just learning the parts for myself and maybe someone else, learning the parts. So, okay. So let's basically say this again. We have our top cover here. Number 2 here. See this area here? Right there. Number 2 is the thread guide plate. And number 3, right here, is the bobbin winding thread guide and pretension disc. Okay. Now number 4 here, this little cap here, this is considered the spool cap, and it holds the spool of thread in place. So we're going to place our thread here, and then we'll place this little cap on. So you remove it, and then I can place it back on. And this is my spool pin. My spool pin, where I'm going to place the spool of thread on the spool pin right here. We'll place our thread there. Number 6. Okay, this is going to be my bobbin winder. Looking at my notes again. This thing right, let's see, where did my bobbin winder go? Like I said, I'm learning too, everyone, so bear with me. This here, you see this? This is my bobbin winder right there. The bobbin winder. And I'm going to go over it again. I just want to just kind of like, this is all the front view. This is the front view of the Brother PE800. So, number 7, this here, this is the display. This is called the LCD display. And LCD equates liquid crystal display. So we'll just stick with the LCD. But this is the display, and we'll turn it on eventually, and we can see all the options and all that good stuff. Okay. Okay. So next, down here, can you all see this here? This is considered the operational panel. Operational panel. And we'll get to each one of those, but just know, okay, I need to go to my operational panel and select forward, rewind, or whatever. But this is our operational panel, excuse me, our LCD display, our bobbin winder, okay, the spool pin, the spool cap. Did I say bobbin winder? Okay, our bobbin winder. Let's see. The top cover and the thread plate. The thread guide plate. Okay, let's keep moving. Down here, this particular area, number 10 here, I'm just numbering them for myself, excuse me. But this here, this whole area here, is my embroidery unit. And I know that at some point, this is where we're going to place the embroidery frames and connect it to all this. But this area here, this is the embroidery unit. The thread cutter. Okay, let's go back. I'm going to have to move so you can see it. My thread cutter is right here. Oh, hold on a second. Give me just a moment. I may need to just turn the machine. That's okay. That's what I'll do if I need to do that. This here, and this is labeled number 8. This is, excuse me, this is the thread cutter. So once we, thread everything and we're done, we'll just boop, cut our thread there. And this here, this little gadget there, this is the needle threader level. The needle threader lever. And we use this to thread. So, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes again because I need my notes. Okay. This here again is the needle threader lever, and I'm going to use the needle threader to thread the needle. But then after I thread the needle and all of that, this right here is the thread cutter. So we again, I have my thread cutter. I have my needle thread lever. I'm going to turn the machine right back around. Okay. The embroidery unit. My operational. This is the operational panel right here. Operational panel. My LCD. My LCD display. And remember, this is where we select our patterns and all of that. So that's the LCD display. My bobbin winder right here. My bobbin winder. The spool pin. My spool cap. Here, the bobbin winder. The thread plate and my top cover. Okay? Someone repeat that to me real quick. I'm just kidding. I'm just having fun. When you're learning, you gotta make it's important to have fun while you're learning. This is when you're doing something that you love. You don't want to come to the point where you're so serious that you can't enjoy it. I think that's so important. Oh, let me bring this up a little bit. Oh, did you all see what I was doing? Oh, I just noticed that. Okay. So once again, let's go over this one more time. Like I said, um, in learning is repetition, repetition, consistency, repetition. So again, I'm just sharing my journey because this is for myself. I'm really trying to learn this, and it's not going to happen overnight. So I'm going to go over it again for myself. My top cover, okay, this is the top cover. So we open it up, you can close it by brother and open. My thread guide plate, my thread guide plate. My bobbin winding thread. This here is my spool cap. Here, my spool pin. My bobbin winder. The LCD display. Once we turn everything on, we can select our patterns and all that. My operational panel. Okay. Hold on, guys, because I missed something, I believe. This is the operations button. My operations button. Okay. Again, the operational panel, my operationals button, and we'll get more into detail in a few moments. My operational buttons again, and we'll go into detail more and more once we get there. But these are the operational buttons. my embroidery unit. All of this, my embroidery unit. And as I showed you on the side, the thread cutter is at the bottom, right down here. And the up here is the needle thread lever. So I'm going to move on to the next. And from there, I'll come back and go over it again. Just, again, repetition. Because really, I'm ready to turn it on and put some thread up in there, some material, and just go. But I know that's not going to work. I'm so excited about just learning to the point. You know, it's just like that. You know how we are. We always want to rush it. I want it now, and it just doesn't work like that. So now what I'm going to do is turn my embroidery machine to the right side and also to the back. I wonder if I should. Okay. So let me grab my notes here. I have my notes right in front of me. Okay, so I'm turning my machine around so that we can kind of go on the right side. I hope this, okay. Can you all see? Let's see. Let me see if I can move this down some. Okay. So my right view, okay. So this is my hand wheel. This is when, you know, we're going to turn my hand wheel toward, you know, when you turn it towards yourself counterclockwise. And this is to lower the needle, to raise and lower my needle. Okay. One, the hand wheel. Oh, and this here, let's see if I can move this. This is the handle. This little machine, this little piece here, you see this? That's the handle if you need to carry it. So again, that's the handle, which I know we all know some of the pieces and parts of it, but my thing is I'm just going over everything. I'm just taking my time. This is my journey I can look back on and just say, you know, I really had slowed down to learn the machine because I'm horrible at reading all the directions. So it's like I just jump in, push buttons, and try to figure it out, or you know, something like that. But I really want to get this because eventually my goal is to purchase a multi needle machine. But at this point, first I need to even learn embroidery, right? So okay, so I said the hand wheel, and then that was the handle there. Now the pressure foot. Let's see. I'm going to turn my machine. Okay. Let me look at it. Give me a chance to show you that. Hope I can get that. Let's see. Maybe I'll just move this. My pressure foot is the little machine that raises and lower the back of the level to raise and lower the pressure foot. And that's right back. Where's my, hold on a second, guys. Bear with me. I'm pulling out my notes. There it is. I need to turn it around more. Just that's what I thought. So I'm going to unplug this right quick so I can just turn my machine around. See this? My machine isn't on, but this here, can you all see that? Okay. That's the pressure foot level where you go up, down, up, and it's with the needle here. That's the pressure foot level. I'm reading my notes here. And this is where I lower or raise this area here. The pressure foot. That's the next. So I'm not going to show that one again because I'm going to turn the machine. But remember, when I say pressure foot level, that's what this is right here. Okay, so I'm going to turn it back around. Or is there something else I need to just, let me look at my notes. I think that's it. Okay. So let's remember, guys, this here, once again, is the presser foot level. And I'm going to raise and lower the pressure foot. And it's right here in the back, right there. All right. So I'm turning it back around. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Do I need to push that? Okay. Let's see, where am I now? And this is the on and off switch. On and off. We'll turn it on in a moment. The on and off switch. It's the main power switch here. On and off. This here is my power support jack. So I have here's the little cord here. Okay. Again, that's the power supply jack. So I'm going to place that back in there. Here is my air vent. So this is that pretty much states what it is. The air vent just to allow circulation. My air vent right here. And then my USB port is right here. So for instance, if you have your little, see, let me grab one. See if I have something up here. And just place our little port right in there. Let's see if I can place this in here. There we go. Again, that's my, excuse me, that's my USB port. To import patterns that you may want to add into the machine. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's say that again. I'm just going to say this one more time, okay? Well, maybe two, because it's going to take repetition for me. Some people are just, you say it once, they have it forever. Well, I do not follow that category. So I have my hand wheel, the handle carry here, as I stated previously, right here. Oh, this here. That's my handle carry. I'm going to bring everything back down. And remember, the presser foot was in the back. The presser foot was in the back of the machine. Okay. Move this down some. Okay, the presser foot was in the back. So on and off the main power switch. Here is my power supply jack. This is our air vent and our USB port. The hand wheel. Here I had shown you over on the side there. Oh, there I go again. The hand wheel, our handle carry. Number 3 in the back there. Let's see. Right here. Again, that's our presser foot level. The main switch, the on and off button, my power supply jack, the air vent, and the USB port. Okay? So now I'm going to turn it around. Oh, actually, we're going to turn it on. We're going to select. Okay. See, can you all see that? Let's see. Let me try to. Let's see here. Okay. Grabbing my notes again. I'm gonna come up a little. There we go. Okay. So I have my top cover, my thread guide plate, my bobbin, winding thread guide, and pretension disc, my spool cap, my spool pin, my bobbin winder, my LCD display, my operational panel. Here, my operational buttons. My operational buttons. This area here, this is considered the embroidery unit. Then this is where you attach your embroidery unit to the embroiderer. So this is considered the embroidery unit. As I had shown at the bottom over here. Let's move my machine down. The thread cutter on the side, thread cutter, and a needle threader. Okay, let me move to the next. Let's see. Okay, pulling out my notes again. Let's see. Okay. So, let me move in a little closer if I can. Because I want to come down. So I'm here at the operational buttons, okay? The operational buttons. I'm looking at my operational buttons. This here is start and stop. So once we select the pattern and we're ready to start, this is my start button. Operational buttons, my start and stop button. This here is my needle position. So again, I'm not sure, I haven't even gotten in there, but this is my needle position. So I'm guessing once we place everything on the embroidery machine, and we need to place, exactly where we want the pattern to begin to embroider, this here is my needle position button. And this is my thread cutter button. My thread cutter button. If anyone's there, someone type in, what is this whole area considered again? This is how we learn. Uh, but anyway, what is this whole area? This is our operational, what? This whole area here. This whole area with the 3 buttons. Operational button. Our operational buttons. Start and stop. Start and stop. Needle position. You see the little needle there. The picture pretty much tells everything you need to know. And then our thread cutting. Our thread cutter button. Our thread cutter button. I'm ready to thread this doggone thing, but okay. I'm ready to get the material in there and get to going, but I'm trying to stay focused. Thank you. Someone said operational buttons. Yes, absolutely. That's correct. You're on your way. Okay, I'm looking at my notes again, so just please give me a moment. Okay, my operational buttons. So we know it. What about the hand wheel? We already know about our hand wheels and all that. So I'm wondering, okay, so where I showed you in the back of the machine about my needle and presser foot section, should we tap into that a little bit? Let's see if I can get you down. I could get a little closer down to the bottom right there. Let's see if we can do that. So I'm really needing, okay. Let me see here. This is up. I'm making sure my, see that was down. Did you all see that? My pressure foot was released down, and now I'm going to raise it up. So now, let's see. Shut up. Now it's down. Let's see if I can look at some of my notes here. Okay. This here is the bobbin case. This right here is the bobbin cover case. Let's see if I can remove that. I see the little arrow there. See that arrow? This is the bobbin. See, do I move to the side? Like I said, guys, I'm learning. Oh, okay, we just lifted. There's a little arrow there. This is the bobbin case. And if you look really, really close, can you see here? I'm trying to move in as close as I can. See that little arrow key? Hold on, I'm trying to get this little thing. See this arrow key right there? See it? And this little area here, I just kind of pushed that up and it released the bobbin cover. And there's the bobbin. Okay? I just kind of want to share that. There is the bobbin. Let's say place this back in here. Oh, and it just snaps right back into place. So that was our bobbin cover. So let's see here. This is the embroidery foot. This little piece right here. See that little thing? This little foot. Oh, just right there. Embroidery foot. Okay? And the embroidery foot helps control fabric flexibility for better stitching consistency. So basically it helps to keep everything consistent. When it's stitching and it's embroidering, it helps the consistency. So again, the embroidery foot. This is the bobbin case. This is the bobbin case area. Let's see. Let's find another piece. See the needle bar thread guide. This here. Now I need to take a closer look. I'm looking at my notes. This looks like that's the needle. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Oh, sorry, everyone. Hope I didn't give you a headache with that. See this right here? See that? That is the needle bar thread guide. Right up here. See that? The needle bar thread guide. And we're going to pass the upper thread through the needle bar thread guide. In my next video, that's what we're going to do. We're going to thread this thing up and I'm going to have a close-up and we'll go over all the parts again. I think that will help for me anyway. Like I said, just go over step by step, just a quick, once I come on my next live, I'll just quickly go over, okay, these were the parts and then we'll take time and I'll take time and just go over threading the needle over and over and over. Because I'm telling you, the more you know the parts and have a better understanding, the more successful you'll become. In my opinion, just my opinion. That's the best way for me to learn anyway. So Okay, where was I? This here is the needle plate. All of that. See all that? That's the needle plate. So that's my needle plate. Hold on. No, wait a minute. Oh, okay, wait a minute, guys. Yeah, okay, I'm correct. Okay, I'm looking at my notes and all that. So that's the needles. That's the needle plate. Number one again. I said that this right here. I'm trying to get close. Is the needle bar thread. The needle bar thread. Number two. This is my needle plate. Okay. Number three. Here. Oh, this is all three. Okay. That is. I can remove the. This is called the needle plate cover. Number three. The needle plate cover. This. That's the needle plate cover. And I can remove the needle plate cover to clean the bobbin case. Okay, okay. And then here's our bobbin case, like we said here. That's our bobbin case, and we've opened that. Okay. And this is the foot again, the embroidery foot right there. See that? Right there. That's our embroidery foot. This little thing here. Looks like a little foot there. My embroidery foot. Okay. And lastly, is what is the this here? Okay, this is considered the embroidery foot screw. This little piece right here. See that little screw there? That's considered the embroidery foot screw. And we use the embroidery foot screw to hold the embroidery foot in place. So this just keeps it tight. So sometimes I guess if you're working and seem like it's loose or this, we would need to look at this to make sure that's tight and in place. So we'll make sure that's tight and in place. So let me try this again. Number one, my needle bar thread is right here. Okay, my needle bar thread. And what does my needle bar thread guide? What does it do? It passes the upper thread through the needle bar thread guide. Number two, where is my needle plate? This is my needle plate. That's my needle plate. Okay, number three, where is the needle plate cover? This is my needle plate cover. This is my needle plate cover, and it can be removed uh, to clean a bobbin case, which then says, where is the bobbin case? This is my bobbin case, my bobbin case here. And the bobbin is on the inside, and we'll get to that next, or maybe the next time. And remember, I showed you that little arrow piece right here where we just select that, we push up, and the bobbin case will pop open, and you can grab your bobbin. It's a little arrow there. The embroidery foot, and we see the embroidery screw. Embroidery screw. Okay, we're getting places. We're going places, people. We are going places. And like I said, this is all foreign to me for only a short period of time. Okay? I'm not a teacher, so I'm just doing this the best way I can. I'm just sharing my journey, my way of learning, and I appreciate anyone coming out and sharing what you think, and if you have anything you may want to add, I sure would appreciate it. I appreciate any feedback. I thank you so much. Okay, so next, let's go to remember I was talking about the embroidery unit? Okay, so this is an embroidery unit. So this here, everyone, this is the Okay. See this? See that right there? This is considered the frame securing lever. Okay, yeah, okay. This is the okay again. This is the frame securing lever. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to press the frame securing lever to the left to attach or remove my embroidery frame. So this is where I'm going to attach that once I receive my frame and I begin to embroider. That's considered, this is where I'm going to attach it to. As a matter of fact, I see these little hooks. See those hooks? I'm going to place it on that. Again, this is called the frame securing lever. Say that again with me. Frame securing lever. Let's see. Now, what is this here? This right here. Number 2. Where are we? So this is number 1. Does this come out? Hold on a second, everyone. Now this is look like, but I don't see where. Like I said, I'm just trying to learn too. Oh, wait a minute. There's some kind of lever. Look at that. You see what I'm talking about? Okay. So there's an attachment. Hold on a second. Now, let me push this back in for a minute. Remember, number 1, this here is my frame securing lever. Okay. Where I'm going to attach or remove my embroidery frame. Well, there was a connector and there's a latch. Let's see if I can pull it out and underneath. Let's see if I can possibly pull this out and show you that lever. I'm turning it upside down so I can just show you the lever. I want to learn everything. See this right here? You guys see this? Can you see that? That little gray piece right there. There we go. This right here. This right here. This whole little gray lever. You see that? Okay. Now I'm going to turn it back on the correct side. It's underneath this base. So I'm turning it back the correct side, you see? And that's what I pulled. I pulled that lever. And if you can look here, when I pulled it, see that? So that's what attached and released. So I'm going to easily place it back here. I'm not going to place it all the way in. Just want to sit it there. Okay. So anyway, that was the connector. This piece right here is the connector because it's gonna connect inside here. So for instance, I'm going to push it back up in there. Make sure it's even. Hold on a second. Girl, hold on. And take your time. Told you guys I'm oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna figure this thing out. Hold on. Well, it's the connector. Maybe let me slow down. Okay, slow down. Place it back under there. Now you see the attachment hole right there. It seems like I can't get it to. Anyway, you guys, that's the. Hold on, let me look at this. Now look here. That's the lever. Let me show you all. Okay, that's the lever. Number 2 is the lever. It inserts the embroidery unit connector to the connection port, which this is that port right here where you know. See. Okay, let me come back. See that? I'm gonna show you all this. Can you all see that little hole right there? Oh, wait a minute. Right, see that hole there? It needs to connect in that port. So let me try that again, okay? Because obviously I'm not doing something. Give me just a second. Hold on, guys. But this is how we learn, right? Hey, trial and error. That's what it is. So this is all real and it is what it is. Okay, here's my base, right? So I'm placing it, trying to slow down up under there, and I'm just trying to connect it right back inside that base. I need to lift this thing up. Let me see. Hold on a second. Pull it out. But anyway, that's what it needs to connect in. So I'm working on it. Hold on a second. Let me see. It's like it's crooked a little bit, like my table is uneven. That's what's going on. There's a little. Oh, bam. Oh, hold on, y'all. It don't seem too even. I'll get through. So make sure when you hold on. There it is. There it is. I'm going to be honest. I had to get a little help. I was in need of help, so I had to call my husband to help him to come lift this up. Okay. So now I know I don't know if it's my table or I just or I think my table is kind of sunken in. So make sure if you are doing this, that you're on a level flat table. I have one of those folding tables and it's kind of indented somewhat. So that's what the problem was. So it's not the machine or anything like that. Just make sure you're on a level surface. Anyway, whew, we're going to move on. I'm not opening that again. We'll open that one the next time. Okay. Just remember that was that connector. That was the embroidery unit connector, that number 2, that little arrow. And then this here. So let's get back to it. Let's see. So this here is the but that's how we learn, right? So just remember, please. So maybe from my errors, you all don't have them and you can just bam, just go right through it. But that was the problem. My table was uneven, so I had to have him come and kind of lift it up and push that piece right back in there. But that's all it was. It was and that again is called the embroidery unit connector. And that's where you insert the embroidery unit connector into that port, that little circle that I had shown you. Yeah, we're gonna place that in there. And then the carriage. This here is considered the carriage. This long piece. Can you all see this? This is the carriage. This is our carriage. And it moves the embroidery frame automatically when embroidering. Okay. Okay. Sisters and brothers, we're going to be embroidering sooner than we know, for those of us that don't know how. Okay, so, and last but not least on this part here was that release button. And that was underneath. When I turned it upside down, you all saw that little gray piece underneath. That's the release button. That's what I pulled to pull this whole piece out. But I'm not going to do that again for the sake of time. I know I'm going to practice. And actually, I'm going to try to find a more stable surface because, we're going to have to do that over and over and over. Right? Yeah. So let me see what else I want to go over. So what did we say this was? What did we say this was? Okay. What was that, guys? Gals and guys? This whole area is considered what? This whole area. That's our operational buttons. And this button here are start and stop. And you can see the little picture of the needle. This is our needle position button. And then it is self-explanatory, but still, like I said, for me, I have to go over everything over and over. And then this here, this is my thread cutter. Okay, that's the thread cutter. So let's go back over. Let's just kind of just, you know, to me, I think that was enough for today for my brain. And but what I am going to do is just go over all the pieces just once more. Just once more, you know, just for the sake of I need to be embroidering soon. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Let me come up a little bit. Can you all see? Okay. Let me come over some. Because the next time when once we go over everything, I didn't go over the I didn't go over the what was it? The operational panel because on my next live, I really want to go into we're gonna we're gonna dive into the LCD where the patterns are. And I also would love to uh, thread those, you know, thread everything up, thread the bobbins, uh, 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 place the thread all there, just all that good stuff. I think I'm tongue twisted. Scratch what I just said, but that's what we're going to do on the next live. I want to really slow down and, you know, become more hands on working in our operational, what did I say this was? Operational panel, um, threading our bobbin up there. Yeah. I'm looking at my notes and trying to speak at the same time. Okay, we're gonna wind those bobbins and we're gonna thread this thing up. But today, my whole point was I need to start. I need to start. I was a little nervous coming on live, and I actually I'm still nervous. I'm a little tongue twisted, but such is life. It is what it is. So you know, I'm trying to overcome some of that. But again, so before we leave for today, or before I leave, I have again, what did I say? I have my top cover. Okay, let me get my stuff here. Just going over it. Going over it. Okay, my top cover, my thread guide plate, my bobbin winding. Let's see, where was that? My bobbin winding thread guide and pretension disc. Here, my spool cap, my spool pin, my bobbin winder, my LCD display, my operational panel, my operational buttons, right? The embroidery unit. The thread cutter is here on the side at the bottom. On the left side of the machine, the bottom is the thread cutter. At the top, this little button here is my needle thread lever. On the right-hand side again, before we end, everybody, let's move this around a little bit. Okay. This is my hand wheel. Can you see this? Did this show? This here, if you can see that to the side, let's see. Let me turn this around a little bit. Give me just a second. This is my hand carry machine. This is the hand carrier. Okay. This, okay, no, let me come down some. Well, let me show the back first. This is the my presser foot level. You see that in the back, everybody? Can you all see that? That little gray button. Oh, hold on. I'm trying my best. Oh, I didn't mean to shake you up like that. Lord mercy. I hope I didn't give you a headache again. What did I say? This right here. See that right there? That's our presser foot lever. Now let's get on back down over here. We're going to have fun as we learn. I think it's, you know, because here, I hope I have many people to come and we can learn and ask the questions that it's like, you know, how when you're in school you really want to ask that question, but you were afraid, like, I don't know, because you didn't want to feel any type of way. Well, it comes a point in your life, you're not worried about that anymore. You just want to learn, right? And that's where we are. That's where I am. I'm trying to get to that point where none of that matters. I just want to have fun and learn and do what I love. Okay. So what did I say? Okay, here we go. We have our main switch. This is the on and off, our main switch. Our power supply jack. This is the air vent. And then it's for your USB port. When you want to download some pictures, I'm sorry, patterns or anything like that. You know, I wonder can you download a picture? I bet you can. I'm sure you possibly can. Download a picture and then embroider that. Okay, yeah. So any downloads that you may want. Okay, so let's turn this back around. Let me turn this around. Let's see. Okay, can you all see? All right. Now where were we? Let's see. Let me get back to this. Oh yeah, I need to move in close here. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I think I had shared with you all that I have notes everywhere. Yes, that's my problem. I have notes everywhere. Let's see. Let me see. Do I comments? Did you know? How often do you plan to have a live? Let's see. Thank you. As far as having a live, I plan on having a live initially once per week. Yeah. How often do you plan on? Yeah, all of this is going to be once a week. I'm still trying to figure out exactly which day, because in addition, I'm working on other areas of crafting. Because currently, I'm working on learning about the vinyl. That's where I really dig deep, and I'm watching videos or I'm up, just trying to research. So with all my other crafting, and here with my uh, embroidery, because at one point I was just going to wait until I learned everything else. But if I were to do that, I would never get there. So that's when I say, you know what, maybe I'll just go live, and this is just what it is. Just come and just learn and just, share my journey where, I could just take one day per week and try to learn as much as I can to try to get there. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope you come along. But like I said, I'm new at this. I am not a pro. I'm putting myself out there, and I'm just trying to teach myself uh, and just share my journey. So, and thank you for the question. And hopefully, if any of you have questions, please. I'm listening to um, on some of my videos. I've received a few messages, and I hear you, and I see you, and I'm working on that. I'm working on that as well. So, just initially starting this YouTube, I didn't realize I enjoy it so much. But shout out to everyone out there that is working, that have YouTube channels, and because what individuals don't know, the work that you must put into it, and you love what you do, but it really is work. So shout out to all of those that's out there, and you're doing it. And so that, yeah, that's about it. So before I close, again, let's go over this last little area here, and then we'll call it the day. And I will come back again within a week. That's my goal, my absolute goal. I haven't been, honestly, I haven't at this point been able to totally stick with it because, like I said, there's a learning part of this. So when you're learning, and you're trying to get all that together, it just sometimes doesn't fall into place where you can actually I'm learning to film more, to edit my own videos in all areas of it. So sometimes I don't quite provide that video within that week, but I'm absolutely trying. But the more that I learn, it will become much easier, and I'll have opportunity to place more videos at a more consistent rate. But to go, as far as one to maybe even two preloaded videos and then my one live. That's my goal. So, but for at this point, I'm just trying to stay consistent and keep it moving. So let me move in close here for you all. Oops. Okay, so what did we say? So now we're going to look at that needle bar thread here. Needle bar thread. My needle plate. The needle plate cover. Here's my bobbin case. The embroidery foot, that little foot there, well, it looks like a foot. That little embroidery, that's the embroidery foot case. And the screw here, that's the embroidery foot screw. And then here, like I said, with our the embroidery unit here, all of that area, I have my frame. Now, where were we? Hold on again. Oh, here we go. See this here? See, I'm still learning. Frame securing lever. Frame securing lever, okay? The embroidery connector. And that's that piece here where I said where I pulled out that connector, that little space, but it's like right inside there. I don't think I want to open it. This is the carriage. Here's my carriage. And remember, underneath, when I remove this, underneath there's a lever, and that's the release button. That is the release button. And I think that's it for today, because that gives me something to look at to just understand what that portion is. And then on my next live, I'll work with the operational panel. I will dig in and start really getting into it. So I'm going to remove this from my live, and I'm going to come back on screen, on stage. Just a moment here. I hope you all enjoyed this. And like I said, this is showing my journey. No, I'm not a teacher. I'm just going about it, to the best of my ability, learning on my way. And I hope I can share any form of knowledge or anything that I learned that maybe someone possibly could pick up or just enjoy just watching. You may have feedback and say, girl, no, you need to do this, this, and this. And I'm okay with that too. So hold on just a moment. So I'm going to remove this. Hey everyone. So anyway, that was it for today. That's the start of it. So I am going to return again within the week, and we'll keep it moving. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm new at this. I am not a pro. I'm learning, and I had so much fun. I hope maybe by within the next, let's see, hopefully within a month, I have material and I'm embroidering, okay? But that's it for today. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope you had a great weekend. And I'll see you all on the next one. Have a great one. Bye-bye.